safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping on shit since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. 30K on my riches for hard times. These niggas just mad cause they in my archives. Jordan came back to the 4-5. If you play then you lay right there by your own kind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Mark Podcast. Y'all know I'm Chris. Hey, yo. What's going on, my boy?
Man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on. We got a bunch of great topics again for you guys today. Some of them pretty serious. We got a lot going on in the city of Chicago, a lot going on in the world. We got the holidays coming up and things like that, but we're going to make sure we touch all of that for you guys. First things first, this week we had in the city of Chicago an act of violence. Let me start by saying, first of all, on the Big Mark Podcast, we do not condone any violence. Only violent person in the building is AO, but we all know that.
Come on, bro. We just said it was finna be serious, right? We just said it was finna be serious.
We got to lighten the mood a little bit. Can we get that video, please? Let's show the people what we talking about.
The little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little kids. I should smash that bitch on my brother. Damn! Crack! Damn! Hey, Paul, let my homie go. Let my motherfucking homie go. Let my motherfucking Be his ass, yo! They working
So you guys just saw that video. That video been circulating over the internet, social media. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of mixed emotions about it. As you guys can see, the story behind the young lady's walking her kids home from school. She has 2 kids, a son and a daughter, walking them home from school. A group of kids behind her, they're being verbally abusive. Then it becomes physical, where they end up putting their hands on the kid first, and then they end up putting their hands on the young woman. Again, it's gone viral, but I kind of want to get your take on it.
Let me first put out a disclaimer, bro. Anything that I say is these are my thoughts. Mm-hmm. These are not the thoughts of the Big Mark Podcast, Chris, Millz, anybody on the produce team. Like that, these are my thoughts and my thoughts solely. Bro, I don't like bullying, bro. You know, I came up in an era where like bullying was like back and forth. Like you people really didn't have no bully. Like everybody was everybody's bully. Mm-hmm. Like if you we went to Fort Dearborn, bro. Like everybody was everybody's bully, bro. Like right. You bully people, they bullied you back. But it was like a give and take, a back and forth. Like everybody had we talked about each other, but we all still played basketball together with each other. And by no means did any of us disrespect anybody's parent, bro.
No.
This generation, bro, is so fucking lost, bro. And I'm watching people talking about it takes a village. There is no fucking village, bro. Stop talking about a village from the 80s and the 90s. In the 90s and 80s, people was able to whoop your kids. The neighbors will see your kids doing something, and you would get a whooping from the neighbor, and then they'll send you home, and then you'll get another whooping from your parents. If you tell a kid who walking with his mama to tie his shoe, a motherfucker gonna turn around and say, hey, what the fuck they just say to you? Mm-hmm. That's not no village mentality, bro. Stop saying that village shit. We so hung up on the shit that worked back in the day. We want to take some of the parts that worked and not all of the parts, bro. I don't like that shit. And then this bullying shit, bro. Like when my kid got suspended from school from bullying, I took that shit so serious, bro. And I had to go to a parent-teacher conference to apologize to that kid for my kid bullying. And I reassured that parent that I can't say that the other kids that was bullying him are gonna stop, but I know this one that got my last name, that got my blood pumping through his veins, You ain't got to worry about him no more. You ain't got to worry about him ever again bullying your kid. And you ain't got to worry about him bullying another fucking soul while he's a student in CPS, wherever he's at, bro. Because I just don't play that shit. That bullying shit is so fucking detrimental, bro. People, it's 9-year-old, 10-year-olds who are committing suicide because they're being bullied at school, bro.
Yeah. There's so many different variables to this entire situation, but I'm going to start with where you started with the bullying. Bullying is not okay in no shape, form, or fashion. Whether it be kids on kids, adults to kids, adults to adults, right? Those kids were absolutely wrong. I believe that they should all be held accountable for their actions. The village mentality is dead. It's over with.
It's been dead.
We grew up where you don't disrespect nobody's parents. You don't put your hands on. You especially don't put your hands on nobody's parents.
No.
Again, teachers, coaches, parents, they were able to discipline you when we were kids. Nowadays, that's shit over with because they like, that's my kid. You don't touch my kid.
What? Man.
When we were kids, if shit got out of hand, that teacher was popping your ass with a ruler. If you was acting wild going down the street and your mama or your auntie saw me acting wild, she finna piece me up and then bring me to my mama and tell my mama, hey, I just whooped his ass because of this. And then my mama finna get on my ass.
And that was okay
and that was
bro.
Cool. She'd be like, okay, cool, come here, bring your ass here.
Second grade teacher I had Miss Parker. She used to beat the shit out of us with a ruler. 2 rulers duct taped together. Put your hand out, foul, foul, foul. Whoop your hand with a ruler. 8th grade teacher, Jo Ellen Backstrom. She didn't have no ruler. She had hands, bro.
Yeah.
She used to put her hands on us, bro. I love that lady for that. Yeah. I remember the first time she put her hands on me, I ran home and told my mama, Miss Backstrom put her hands on me. She said, I'll be at the school tomorrow morning. I said, oh, Miss Backstrom. Miss Backstrom in some trouble. Got to school the next morning. She said, if he do it again, please put your hands on him again.
And she wasn't wrong.
Told that lady, if I get out of line again, please make sure you check him again.
So, that village mentality is dead, right? So, thinking that all of these kids should be held accountable, right? So,
absolutely.
So next day, you have police presence at the school. The principal got ahead of it and told the parents of those kids, don't bring those kids to school. Y'all don't come to the school, right? But there was a large presence of other individuals at that school. Again, there's so many different moving parts to this, so we're gonna jump around a little bit. I think that the way that a lot of the other parents that had nothing to do with that situation reacted was wrong. Because they're saying things like, oh, we're gonna go up to the school and fuck these kids up for y'all. That should not have been our response.
So we talked about that briefly. And like I said, me personally, I said, well, they missed their beat. It's over with. I think the proper authorities should be involved.
Right.
If you pull up on a situation where a young lady, I'm not even gonna say you, if I pull up on a situation where a young lady and her kids are being physically assaulted, my first thing is going to be separate the kids, make sure her kids are cool. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna try to break it up, but kids get rowdy. Yeah. And I don't care, but you put your hands on me, family, you're gonna regret it. I bet your bottom dollar you regret putting your hands on me.
I understand that portion of it, but the bigger group of people,
as far as people, that's what I'm saying. They missed their beat.
Absolutely nothing to do with that situation.
They missed their beat, bro.
Who missed their the people that said
the people that said, we coming up there to fight the kids for you. No, you're not. That's not okay. No, because now you're gonna go to
listen to me. Let me tell y'all something. That's the goofiest shit y'all could have ever did. Was say that y'all was gonna go up there to that school and put y'all hands on them kids. Cause A, y'all going to fucking jail. B, the situation had nothing to do with y'all. Those are not your kids. And there's people out there, they were singing whoop them kids to whoop that trick when somebody drove off. Now, shout out to a lot of people that went out there like Dreadhead Cowboy, to KB Nene, to the social media people or the social media activists, to the celebrities, to the
Illinois State Senator was out there too.
To Lizzie Osama, to all of them that actually use their platforms to do the right thing. But some of those people were out there for clout. They're out there just to record something to say that they were there.
Yeah,
just to say that they were
I
there.
was just going to say, just so they can say that they was there, bro.
That's
I don't agree with that.
And then I made a post yesterday, and I highly feel this way. You got your ass up out your bed at 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, in the rain, and went to a kid's school that didn't belong to you.
Called off work.
Called off work. I'm 100% sure that your kid is probably a bully somewhere.
My thing is, and I've been seeing a lot of people say, if it was me and mine and all the rest of that, and I know some of these people personally because I mean they're on my timeline. A lot of people that are my friends, I know them personally. I either went to school with them or I know them through family and all the rest of that. Shut the fuck up. Cause your motherfucking kids is probably the worst I've ever seen, and you want to talk about somebody else's kid? You just shut the fuck up, man. Glass house, bro. You cannot be in a glass house talking about. I know what my kids do, but I know if my kids step out of line, my kids get disciplined, bro. If I gotta make my kids do 100 squats or 300 burpees, don't mean that I'm finna physically assault these kids with a belt or punching them. Now I have done that before in the past, but most of my discipline with my kids come in the form of exercises, bro. Where you gotta stand on the wall in the chair position and hold your hands out. That shit used to kill me in basketball. So I know it's gonna kill them.
Yeah. So the mom, for context, the mom has sickle cell.
She does have sickle cell.
And she went to the hospital that night. And she went live that night, which I wish we could have had the video, but we'll make sure that we get it in the post of this podcast. She was in the hospital saying how she had just gotten out of the hospital and that she was weak. She felt like she was a failure because she couldn't protect her kids in that moment. And the heartbreaking thing about this all was these kids, you got the one kid recording it, and you can hear how he's belittling her, oh, Shamar, saying what he's saying or whatever.
Yeah.
But he narrates this entire thing.
Yeah.
And they're putting their hands on the son. They pulling the little girl's hair.
They're pulling the little girl hair.
They start putting their hands on, obviously, on this adult. And you wonder what type of household these kids were raised in, right? And of course, we do say that these kids should be held accountable, but I also believe that the parents should be held accountable as well.
It's the parents' fault, bro.
Do you think so? You said yourself that your son was in a bullying sort of
a bullying situation. He got sent off by somebody,
right. And you think of yourself to be a good parent, right?
I do. So
you don't think that in some instance that these kids may have just been products of something or ended up in the same situation that your son was in?
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You can be the best parent that you want to be, bro. Kids have that. You can't control nobody but yourself. I can't control nobody but me. You can't control nobody but you. But we are influences on our children. But the biggest influence that a kid has is their peers.
Right.
They want to be cool. They want to be respected. If a situation is going on and I'm not there, and now I come back to school and everybody calling me a lame, now I feel like they putting a battery on my back. They gassing me up. I got to be involved in what's going on next. Everybody want to be involved in what's going on. So the most influence that a kid had, when we was in school, the most influence, I would go home and people would tell me this, that, and the third, and that shit was in one ear and out the other. And I was mostly influenced by you, my peers, everybody that we went to school with, everybody that was in our grade at Fort Dearborn, bro. That's where most of my influence came from. When I went away to TF North, that's where most of my influence came from. When I came back to the city and went to Carver, that's where most of my influence came from. No matter what's going on at home, bro, you can have two parents, a dog, a picket fence, don't want for nothing. But what's going on at school, your peers, is the most influence and the most influential over you, bro.
Right. let's talk about, so Facebook, TikTok, any social media, they be fast on them joints. So they found all the parents, they found all the kids.
Yeah.
They was threatening these kids, but I think that's absolutely wrong that these adults are threatening these kids about what they're gonna do to them. Just so happened one of the kids that threw a punch. I just so happened to know her mother.
She threw the first punch.
And she threw the first punch. Just so happened to know her mother. Can we play the apology?
Honey, who dog? This your dog? Hey, oh, hey, how you going? You know, lady, she finna go on live. Oh, you're about to go on live?
Let's see if people click in. It's actually okay if they don't click in, okay? Oh. Okay. It's okay. Okay, so this is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for everything.
It's okay, Kamira.
For everything that I did, and I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything because I wouldn't want to be in that situation, and I feel bad because
It's okay.
I gotta go through so much. I wish I would never did what I did.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit. People think.
All right, so you guys just watched that apology. There's a lot of mixed feelings about that. People are saying good on her for having her daughter actually apologize publicly. There are some people that are saying that apology wasn't sincere.
I'm one of those people.
That the young lady was holding back laughter.
Yeah, she was.
A lot of people are saying that video makes them more angry about the situation because the young lady was not being a follower, that she actually was the one that threw the first punch.
She was.
So she pretty much kicked off the whole thing.
Yeah, she was the leader.
Again, like she said, she wanted people to be respectful because, again, this was a kid.
Yeah.
But was her child respectful in what she did to that lady, what she did to those kids? She said that she's going to have to go through a lot. Actually, that's the first time I've listened to that. I wanted to listen to it live. And I'm watching it as we go along, and she truly is fighting back laughter. I think that it's insane that she got on there and cried those tears like that, or attempted to cry tears like that. She didn't even know what to say.
She's talking about the amenities that she's gonna lose as far as her going through a lot. That's what she's talking about. I gotta go through a lot. Now people looking for you on social media. They talking about your homie in the pink fur with the army fatigue on. Mm-hmm. They found her daddy. They got the same coat. I'm talking about they dragging them people on social media. Don't nobody give a fuck that you an A and B student. Don't nobody care that you're the captain of the cheer squad or none of that, bro. What you have to realize is that I think that young lady is in 8th grade, bro. Mm-hmm. So she has to be about 13, 14. Once you turn 18, society looks at you as an adult. Mm-hmm. And if you do something too wild, like at first they were saying the lady was pregnant. Mm-hmm. if y'all jumped her, you threw the first punch, and she was on the ground with her, bro. Like on the ground, rolling with her, like getting up with her. If that lady would have been pregnant and lost that baby, that's murder. They're not gonna look at you as a child anymore. So your behavior at any age is detrimental, bro. I remember when we was in 8th grade, bro, and we got into a scuffle. Not you personally, but it was me, and I won't drop their names, but it was me and 2 other people, they cousins. We got into a scuffle. At the end, it was a game at Brainerd Park, but we weren't even the ones who threw the rocks and crab apples at the bus.
I remember that.
They threw rocks and crab apples at the bus, and when the police came, they just grabbed the first people that they seen. I wasn't actually one of the ones that they grabbed at first, but they had my homie hogtied. I've been kind of like on the bigger side for a long time. So what I did, my smart, stupid ass, I ran into one of the police and like gave him a shoulder and tried to keep running to get him off my homie so he can get up and run. Well, I landed the shoulder and got him off my homie, but it was another motherfucker right on my ass that was way faster than me, hogged me down. I got pepper sprayed that day and everything.
I remember that.
I got pepper spray and everything, bro. And you know what my mama said? My mama came up there and said that them people was wrong. They shouldn't have did that to us. We was minors and all the rest of that. At the end of the day, the police was wrong as fuck because the police came and grabbed us and it wasn't us and they wasn't trying to hear that it wasn't us. But me, as a 13, 14-year-old kid, I was wrong too. Because in my mind, I made the decision to go help my homie out who was getting arrested because I knew he didn't do nothing.
Right.
So I involved myself in something that I wasn't really involved in because they didn't grab me. So what I'm saying is I made the decision to do that and she made a decision, bro. She is not an adult, but she is somebody who is old enough to understand what's right and what's wrong. Who's old enough to understand that I'm making this decision. And you have to understand when you make a decision is always a cause and effect.
At 13, 14, I'm not really sure whether I'm sure she knows what's right and what's wrong, right? But I'm pretty sure she's not thinking about what the consequences are going to be. She probably never thought that this was going to get out. She probably never in a million years thought that this was going to get as big as it did. They probably thought, because kids post fights every day. They don't post about them putting their hands on no adults. And again, she probably didn't expect this to blow up the way it did.
But, go ahead.
So I can't see where she probably, you know what I'm saying, did what she did and went home and was like, okay, cool. She didn't think she was going to wake up the next day and half the country was going to be saying, oh, she wrong and now she's viral. Of course she didn't expect that.
I don't, in this social media age, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But what I'm saying is she knows the difference between right and wrong, bro.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. And a wrong decision, bro, can alter your life forever. Mm-hmm. A split decision, bro. The difference between making a bad decision that can alter your life is 1 second, bro. 1 second can change your life.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you guys watched the video. We all watched the video. Nothing in that video did that lady or those 2 kids do wrong to that other group of kids.
She had been going to the school, trying to talk to the administrators.
2 years.
Because her son was being bullied.
For 2 years.
Dog, whoever the principal, the vice principal, and if they got a dean at Bright, you need to hand in your fucking resignation, bro.
2 years, crazy.
You need to hand in your fucking resignation. How do you allow bullying to go on for that long at your school? When I send my kid to school, bro, I don't think my kid should have to worry about bullying, the school getting shot up, if they gonna eat or not, because there are other adults and administrators who are there to make sure that they learn, that they don't get bullied, who are supposed to protect them from school shootings, and who are supposed to feed them, bro. Mm-hmm. My kid doesn't go to school and be like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna eat lunch or not, because they get a lunch provided for them.
Right.
My kid doesn't go to school and worry about, oh, am I gonna get bullied today? Because it's supposed to be adults there to prevent the bullying. And that's if you're telling them that you're being bullied. This lady is telling these administrators that my kid is being bullied, and y'all are doing nothing about it. I'm mad at the kids. I'm mad at the parents. But I'm mad as a motherfucker at the principal and the vice principal, assistant principal. I don't give a fuck who they are, how many of them there. All the administrative staff at Bright School, they need to step down, bro. This need to be their last year in being a educator.
Yeah. So this just happened yesterday.
What?
The day before yesterday, right? This happened
2 days ago.
This happened 2
and
days
then
ago.
they went to the school yesterday.
They went to the school yesterday. I would like to see how this works out over the next couple of days. What does the principal come out and say?
Nothing.
They have to.
No, they don't.
If to do the right thing, they have to come out and speak on their own behalf.
What are they gonna say?
One, you have to apologize. You need to address the fact that if this parent was really coming to your school and saying that their kid was being bullied, why was it not addressed?
I'm gonna just tell you something, bro. They better be glad that wasn't one of my kids that was
That's why I'm saying the principal has to come out. Now,
the principal would have to see me, bro.
This is Chicago Public School.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure that they've already talked to this principal. They've already talked to whatever D. This is elementary school.
Yeah.
Right? I'm pretty sure they've already talked to this assistant principal and looked at whatever action there has been taken, whatever.
No.
I'm pretty sure they have. So,
but there's no action that's been taken.
No, but I'm saying, has there been? Has there been an action that just wasn't seen? Are these kids still picking with these little kids because they told on them at some point in time and they got in trouble for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what that is. That's why I'm saying the principal has to come out in the next couple of days and say whether, hey, this parent came here, we addressed this kid, we addressed this situation, we talked to this kid. Now here we are 6 months later, they're picking on this kid because they got in trouble. They got told on. We don't know whether that's the case or not.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know.
You gotta let the story. Again, these are kids, so we jumped the gun anyway. City of Chicago. Let me tell y'all something. That showing up to that school saying we was gonna do to them kids yesterday was absolutely wrong. Those people on that threatening kids are absolutely wrong. I don't give a shit what nobody say. Threatening kids as an adult in that situation is wrong.
I believe that's wrong. I wholeheartedly believe that.
But there are people that don't believe that they're wrong. They're literally saying, oh, what they're going to do for them because they couldn't defend themselves.
Right.
And then there's people like, oh, fuck them kids. Okay, that's cool. They need to be held accountable. What do you think is held accountable? You putting your hands on somebody else's kid? That's not them being held accountable.
That's not. I don't.
And I think that's where the miscommunication is, that they think that that's cool for them to be doing that. Oh, they couldn't protect themselves. We're going to do to them what they did to this lady and her kid. Yeah. It's not okay.
I don't believe that it's okay.
I kind of want to move on past the fight a little bit because there is I'm not going to say a brighter side to this, because there were a lot of people that donated, that wanted to help, that wanted to make sure that these kids and this young lady saw that there are better people in the world and things like that. So you have people that are donating to them. They got a car donated to them. They had housing donated to them. They had a GoFundMe. Her Cash App crashed yesterday because there was so many transactions going into that. She actually posted the GoFundMe earlier today. I'll make sure that link and her Cash App are posted at the bottom of the show. Hopefully those kids have a great Christmas. I went back through her page and I saw how adamant she was about making sure that her kids were good.
She's a pretty good mom, and she has she's ill.
Yeah,
she's a pretty good mom. But she's just a mom that's on the less fortunate side. Yeah, which a lot of people are, bro. Yeah, a lot of people are very unfortunate in today's time, bro, because I mean everything is so high.
This is not easy.
Yeah, everything is so high, and being a parent, especially being a single parent, because I mean, I didn't see a father with her for either one of the kids to. I didn't see that.
Day two, he was out there. Oh. He was standing next to her at school when she had on the red coat. Okay, that was him. That was standing next to her.
Okay, well,
but she did say in her live that the dad wasn't around.
Okay, well that's my mistake. But being a single mom is hard. Being a single parent is hard, bro. When you're doing it all by yourself and you got to provide for you and then you got to provide for a kid, and then you got to work. You got to have a job where you can work hours where the kid isn't at home by themselves, because that's a form of neglect.
Yeah.
Depending on how old the kid is. So it's very tricky. But what I'm saying is, she's a good mom from what I can see on social media. Mm-hmm. But she's just less fortunate than some other people are.
Yeah. I'm going to say this to a lot of these parents out here, because I'm one of those parents. Gentle parenting don't work for all kids. You know what I'm saying? Teach your kids to respect their elders and to not be putting their hands on other people. Because before we went live, Ayo said something. If you put your hands on me, I'm going to put my hands back on you. That's what I was taught. But we also looked at, again, you had a village. You don't put your hands on no adult.
Not on no adult.
You don't put your hands on women. As men, we don't put your hands on women.
No.
And I think we've lost our way when it comes to raising kids the right way. I feel like this generation wants to be friends with their kids, and that's the wrong way to go about it. And I don't get me wrong, I don't feel like people need to beat their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I don't feel like that's the way to get through to all kids. I don't feel like gentle parenting is the way to get through to all kids, because some kids need a little bit more of a push. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sit up and talk to your kids all you want to, and some of them just not gonna get it, because you may be talking to that kid and that kid may be going through something else at school. Right. Again, peer pressure is really a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we need to get back to teaching your kids to be respectful to other people and their elders.
So, along with teaching your kids to be respectful and respecting their elders, bro, that is something that's installed in them once they get older and they start having more interactions with other people and like law enforcement. We see so many people. It's as far with the black community, bro. We see a lot of black people with disabilities, and we see black people that just in general, they don't know how to conduct themselves or how to handle themselves when it comes to people of authority. If we teach kids at a young age that these adults may not be your direct parent, but they are figures of authority, that'll help them in later parts of their life, bro. And it could actually save their life. I watch so many videos of people, like when they out in the club and they disrespect a security guard, they spit on them and they punch them, and then they get the shit beat out of them and they eye hanging out the eye socket, and then they saying that the security guard went too far. But no, you initiated that because you didn't know how to conduct yourself when somebody in the position of authority was talking to you in a calm manner, but you was turned up, and now I got to meet you at that same level, and I'm going to either meet you there or I'm going to surpass what that level is that you have. Teaching a kid to be respectful can save their life when they get older, bro.
Yeah.
Those are life-saving techniques. You know, when I get pulled over by the police, you know what I do? I don't care what the temperature. I let all the windows down, so they won't have to tell me that I have a tent and to let the windows down. I let all the windows down. When I had a key that went into the ignition, I would take the key out of the ignition, throw both hands out of the car so they can see the keys in hand, turn my car off, put it in park, keys out the window, and I'm taking all orders and commands because I don't want to get shot or get killed.
Yeah.
And if they say, hey, we need to see your license, I would tell them, it's in my back pocket. Can you take me out of the car?
Yeah, I ain't doing all that. Go to hell.
So that's a life-saving technique, bro.
I'm not doing all that.
You can say you're not doing all that.
I let all my windows down and I'll put my hands on the wheel so that they can see both of my hands.
Yeah.
But I'm not going through all of that. Like that's excessive.
They run your name, they see something different when they run my name.
That's true. You're right. But I get what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying, bro. It's like a life-saving technique.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
They run my name.
It makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, bro. So they run your name. They probably come over there and dap you up. Hey, what's up? What the fuck? We didn't know that was you, boy.
Chill out.
Go on, get up out of here, my boy. They pulled me over, family, and they unbuttoned that clip.
Step out of the car.
Yeah, they unbuttoned that motherfucking clip, that gun button, family. when they coming up to the car after they run my name.
Yeah. I'm reading through some of these comments, and they are saying how kids are disrespectful. These parents are trying to be friendly and not real parents anymore. A lot of people are having these kids too young. I totally agree with that. The ones that are respectful aren't the ones I have a problem with. It's the disrespectful ones. I agree with that as well. Like we were just talking about how it's a lot of people falling on hard times and things like that. They were belittling this lady because her shoes were dirty and stuff like that. Again, not everything in this economy is easy. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can afford everything. So moving on a little bit, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. SNAP benefits coming up on the holidays, things like that, where people aren't necessarily getting all of their benefits. I think you said tomorrow they're supposed to release, or they released a partial, some of it, and then tomorrow they're supposed to.
Yeah, because the government was shut down for 43 days, I think it was.
Right.
The government shut down for 43 days.
Yes.
November 1st, everybody didn't get their SNAP benefits. People were taking the Trump administration to court. The court said that it's a fund. Y'all need to fund the SNAP benefits. Trump said, we're gonna fund some of it, but we're not gonna fund all of it.
Yeah.
So people start getting partial payments. So let's say your full SNAP benefits for the month is, let's say, like $150. People was getting like $10.
That's crazy.
Transferred onto their car. Some people was getting less than that.
Right.
And then they said that they were gonna catch up by tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but the government shutdown affected a lot more. It affected the air traffic controllers because they weren't getting paid. Right. And before that, it was 2,000. We were 2,000 air traffic controllers short. Now, it's a 10% decrease in flight activity in Midway alone.
Yeah.
Soldiers weren't getting paid. These people, you're a veteran. I'm a veteran. People who took an oath to protect the country against enemies, both foreign and domestic, weren't getting paid. Like, they're putting their life on the line to make sure that we are able to be exposed to the freedoms of the United States. Right. Freedom of speech, and you can do basically whatever you want within the confines of the law. Like, those are the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are the goals of the United States, bro. The American dream. So to pursue the American dream, these soldiers weren't getting paid, bro. I know you said that you went through a government shutdown before where you weren't paid, and it's like, damn, this is my job. My job is to protect the United States, but the United States isn't protecting me.
And the crazy thing about that is, while this is happening, that landlord don't care.
No.
Those bills don't care.
ComEd don't give a good goddamn.
ComEd don't give a shit. That daycare don't care.
What?
So while all of this is going on, and we're in the military and we're supposed to be protecting these liberties of the U.S., now I'm stressed out because I don't know if I'm gonna have somewhere to live. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to feed my family. I'm not gonna be able to go to work. And I'm gonna get an Article 15 if I don't come to work.
Yeah.
But I don't have nobody to keep my kid. I don't have nobody to keep my kid.
Yeah.
So all of these things to these military members, shout out to y'all because I know y'all still go to work every day.
Thank you for
y'all
your
still
service.
do your jobs. Thank you for your service.
TSA, thank you for still making the airports move during the government shutdown.
There are air traffic controllers right now that have walked off of the job because they can't support their families because you want them to be there and not be paid. Now they are saying like some of them got like $10,000 bonuses.
TSA, they went to TSA, gave them a $10,000 bonus.
Giving TSA
that
a bag.
Was chunky too.
10 bands. But I owe everybody money. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't been paid in 50 days now. Yeah, almost 60 days.
Yeah, it was 43 days. So you missed
No. The government shut down when they still haven't been. Did they get a check?
Yeah, they got paid.
What's today?
Yeah, they got paid.
The 1st is coming up. They will get a check on the 1st.
No,
they get paid on the 1st and the 15th.
Yeah, but when it's emergency funds, like
they released it is what you're saying.
Yeah, they released the money that they owed them. Right. They're not gonna say, oh, because you get paid on the 1st, we're not gonna pay you. That would be insane, bro. Like you're gonna get a direct deposit released to make up for the money that we owe you, and then you're gonna get your check, your regular check. Like everything is
Somebody
gonna get.
said, "Wait, AO was a veteran." Yes. Would you tell these people that you were really in the army?
Hey man,
I shared his picture. He joined the army.
First of all, let's not
joined
even
the
talk
army
about
when
man,
we were 11.
Bro, you shared a ROTC
He had a
picture.
full-grown beard when we were 11. They made
That's
him
not
shave
even
it.
true.
You can still see the tissue from the blood dripping
The
off
man
his face.
he shared a ROTC picture.
That beret
I
was
looked like
big.
a toddler. I looked like a toddler trying on my daddy beret, fam.
That beret was massive too.
It was slick though. I had that motherfucker
You put it in
all
the
the way
freezer,
on
shaved
my
it.
mama.
I know you did.
On my
Hey,
mama,
I remember the beret days. Hey man, so I was talking to somebody and they were saying like how with the holidays coming up that they weren't getting the benefits that they needed. How do we get back to? Does that mean?
Know you're getting the most out of your swing. The key to maximizing that is something we call total driver performance.
It's on top. So they were asking, how do we get back what we lost, pretty much? Like, how do we get? So, like again, we talked about how we boycotted Target.
Yeah.
Do we boycott, or what do we do? You know what I'm saying, to get back at those pockets, to get back at the government?
Nothing. You can't.
You don't think so?
Yeah, you can't, bro.
As a whole, you don't think that we could?
What are we gonna? We boycotted Target, and that was a great thing. They basically crippled Target.
Right.
Target has seen significant losses again and again and again, quarter after quarter. You know, they're experienced losses, and they're not gonna get those gains back. What are you gonna do as far as the government? What, you're gonna just stop all activity? You got to buy groceries. People are going to watch TV. They're going to use the internet. Everything that you do on a day-to-day basis, like, you're going to be contributing to the government. So there's nothing that we can specifically do to get back at the government.
No.
What are we going to do? Go on a hunger strike?
It wasn't necessarily that we go on a hunger strike. It's that we don't spend black dollars at these big corporations to buy like toys, to buy clothes. Like somebody said, my kids got everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might not have a Christmas, and I'll explain to them why. And it made sense to me because it's like at 13, 14, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
you do that and you don't spend your money at a big corporation. You go to a black-owned business. Who do you think that black-owned business pays their rent to? And different things like that. Okay, you're helping this black-owned business, but this black-owned business has somebody that's over them. I have to pay rent.
Right.
Who do you think the rent goes to?
Right. I'm gonna sidebar this a little bit because tendonism keeps popping up in my head, right? So y'all are talking about, you're saying that, but I can't think of the guy's name. Walter, yeah. Walter, right?
Marietta, California, destination one in the nation.
Hey, there you go. The gentleman that picks up the bone, meat slides off, tendonism. Right?
Tendonism, absolutely.
Everybody's bashing that man because they found out that his business partner was white. And
what are we gonna
the
do?
more we talk about that, the more I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Like, the owner, you got to pay rent, you got to pay somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not gonna avoid putting money in Caucasian people's hand, bro. You're not gonna avoid it. There's no way to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's just not enough black-owned businesses where the trickle down from, all right, he owns the business, I own the land.
Yeah, we don't
I
own
own
enough land.
Even if they own the land, they're gonna take that money to a white bank. Even if they take it to a black bank, they're gonna take it out and then they're gonna take it to a gas station where they gotta spend money. And it's just not enough, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to spend all your money.
Taxes don't go away.
Dog,
Yeah,
you
right.
gotta do something. You gotta pay the piper at some point. So can we can boycott another specific business and cripple them, but to cripple the government,
Yeah, it's not.
motherfucker have to just stop working, stop spending money. And how long is that gonna last?
You can't spend money that you ain't making.
All right, everybody quit. Everybody quit. We all quit. We don't make no money. We don't spend no money. How long is that gonna last? To be a day or two?
No. We're talking about benefits and the holidays and things like that, and people not being able to put food on the tables for their families during the holidays.
Thanksgiving next week.
Thanksgiving is next week.
Next Thursday.
You got plans Thanksgiving?
I mean, you know, I wanted to go to California, but I think that I'm going to be here celebrating. My mom is going out of town to be with my brother. Mm-hmm. He's in Virginia. You know, like Thanksgiving, you always say what you're grateful for, bro. And I just while I'm talking right now, bro, I just want to say that I'm thankful for the viewers that are here watching the podcast tonight.
We appreciate y'all for sure.
I'm thankful for the staff here at the podcast. I'm thankful for you, Millz. I'm thankful for the production team, bro. Like, this podcast has done something different for me, bro. It's like it's changed my life, bro. Because in some spaces, I feel like I'm a reporter. Mm-hmm. In some spaces, I feel like I'm like a boss or something. Like, I'm a co-host to a podcast that, I mean, it's not the biggest podcast in the world, but I mean, the podcast is doing well. Like, mm-hmm. I mean, it could do better, but I mean, at this point and at the stage that we're at, the podcast is doing pretty well. We get views, some things go viral, some things don't, but mm-hmm. I'm just thankful to be a part of something that can materialize and that could change everybody's life that's involved in it.
I appreciate that, but also I wanted to ask: do you think that the Thanksgiving tradition has changed? It's going away from your traditional dinner with the family, turkey, and stuff like that. Because there's a lot of people that they don't do the turkey, they don't do the dressing, they don't do the chillings. Your favorite. There's just one of those. We gonna do tacos. We gonna do Italian beef. We gonna do.
Yeah, you love spaghetti with the cheese on it and. With
the
a
cheese
side
slices?
With a side of chitlins, family and hot sauce.
Do y'all still celebrate Thanksgiving the normal way? Do you still go to family? Do you guys still sit down and have the turkey, the dressing, the ham and stuff like that?
Man, is y'all eating chitlins, family? Who cleaning them chitlins? I remember going in there and motherfucking booty hole was in the motherfucking pot, family. And I'm like, hey man, what's that? And they, don't even worry about that. They cut it off and throw it in the gut. Like, this is wild.
Throw some hot sauce on that joint with a piece of bread. You
man, good, huh? No, not me. Not me. I don't do that, brother.
Hey man, so this generation, this era that we're in right now isn't the generation that our grandmas, our great grandmas. So
it's not traditional, bro, because our grandmas and great grandmas unfortunately have passed away.
Yeah, so it's like, who's cleaning them chitlins? Who gonna be up the night before doing that? Who making that macaroni? Because not you, you know what I'm saying? Like, not you specifically, but like when your sister be like, oh, I got the macaroni, baby, you ain't cooked in 6 months.
You don't even pass the wiggly arm test to even attempt.
No.
To make macaroni,
everybody said no chitlins. Nah, we don't eat chitlins. I'm saying, but our grandmas and our great grandmas used to eat them chitlins, them hog maws. They used to be up 2 days before.
Pig feet.
They used to go get them chitlins 2 weeks before, and them rectangle bags, and put them in the cooler. And they used to go get them things 2 days before and clean them. They been in the night before peeling that shit off the chitlins. Oh my God, I throw up.
Hog head cheese. Hey, look, when it comes to Thanksgiving, I just want to ask you, bro, like, first, what are you thankful for? And when it comes to Thanksgiving, bro, like, what, if you go to somebody's house and they don't got this dish, like, I'm not eating, I'm out of here. Like, what is that dish?
That's fast dressing. If you don't have dressing, I know that this Thanksgiving is over. Like, a lot of people don't know how to make dressing, right? They put that sage on top and that shit turn like a dark brown. That's how I know either if your dressing gonna be good or if the dressing ain't there. It's just not. No. It's not gonna happen. What I'm thankful for, always gonna be my family, my health, and the life that I've been given where I'm able to bless other people. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm able to do for others. Yeah, like a lot of people know. Like I live for that, to be there for other people. Like, everything that I do is not necessarily for me. I do it for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody else be great, not just me. There's no shirt I won't give off my back, no shoes off my feet, and I think a lot of people know that. And a lot of our viewers, they know that, and I'm not gonna go away from being that person. I'm just thankful that I could be the person that I am to be able to do that. But back to the dressing thing, if your dressing tastes too much like sage, like I'll try the dressing, but that sage sitting on top, I ain't rocking with that.
Yeah.
Or if you ain't got no dressing, I know your dinner gonna be trash.
Yeah.
You
macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes for me.
I feel like that's the dynamic duo of the Thanksgiving though. Like,
yeah. I get mac and cheese. I get my sweet potatoes. I get my dressing, and then I get like the turkey. I know the turkey gonna be dry as a motherfucker anyway. So you gotta get your get your cranberry sauce, so the juices of the cranberry sauce can be like marinating the turkey a little bit. That motherfucker gonna be dry.
Like, it's crazy because why as black people have we never mastered the turkey?
Because they don't give a shit.
It's crazy because like we'll deep fried turkey, but that wasn't there at first. You know what I'm saying? And you just get that turkey out of the oven. You
eating that turkey, motherfucker.
Everybody quiet, then somebody break the silence. Somebody break the silence like, yeah, y'all know y'all eating. Y'all ain't said a word. Nah, I've been chewing on this turkey.
I'm trying to chew this motherfucking turkey. That's what motherfuckers, they think they done put their motherfucking foot. Yeah, you put your foot in it, all right. Some motherfucking juices and some marination on that motherfucking turkey.
That clumpy gravy for this. Dog. That shit dry. Oh. Can I get mine to go?
Hey, look, and
I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story real quick. All right. So I remember I went to somebody's house Thanksgiving, right? I told you this before. I went to somebody's house Thanksgiving. And the food wasn't really like legit. But I knew this though, right? So I put like turkey, I think they had like spaghetti, macaroni, and a piece of ham on my plate. And they were talking, and I was like standing in the door, and I went to go throw the food away, and I heard somebody coming around the corner. So I grabbed the spaghetti and I put it in my pocket.
Man, you tough.
I put it in my pocket. Everything else, like the turkey I had chewed on, the ham I had chewed on, the spaghetti was terrible.
Yeah.
I put that whole shit in my pocket.
Man. How long did you stay after that?
Probably like another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they uncle took me home. So I had that spaghetti in my pocket until I got home.
Jesus. Pants greasy than a motherfucker.
Hey, you've never known disgust until you know you got some nasty spaghetti in your pocket.
What does that even feel like to have that spaghetti in your... Now, I done been to a couple spots where the food wasn't that good, bro, and I've gotten accustomed to that. So what you want to do, let me just give you a tip, fam. You always take 2 plates and you get you a napkin, fam, all right? So if the food turns out to be nasty, first thing you do is take the napkin, throw it over the plate, throw the other plate over. I'm finna go to the bathroom. You come back immediately after you use the bathroom, crunch it, fold it. All right, fold it again. All right, get that motherfucker as small as you can. Juice is gonna be everywhere, family, because the food is disgusting, but it got hella juice. And you gotta escort that motherfucker to the waste receptacle, fam. That's how I've been doing it for years. Go in there, you taste a nibble of everything. Ooh,
how can you mess up spaghetti? BC, let me tell you something. Everything can be messed up, bro.
And I don't eat everybody's spaghetti neither. Red sauce spaghetti? No. No sir.
What sauce do you put on spaghetti?
This is what I'm saying. I've seen some people use other sauces, family, but the red sauce spaghetti.
Like what?
Brother, can I just say I don't eat everybody red sauce spaghetti and we move on?
It ain't spaghetti if it ain't red sauce. If you use white sauce, it's Alfredo. What else do you use?
You got the spaghetti noodles, family, and people have used other sauces, family.
Name one.
Bro, first of all, you coming at me like
you can't even name one.
They got lasagna soup, and you talking to me about red sauce spaghetti?
Lasagna soup is insane.
They running around making lasagna soup, and you talking to me about the red sauce spaghetti, family. I done had some white sauce spaghetti before.
That's Alfredo.
No, it was white sauce spaghetti.
That was Alfredo.
Brother, there wasn't no chicken in there.
It doesn't have to be.
The spaghetti noodles.
The sauce is white.
The spaghetti noodles was the same.
The sauce is white, and it has noodles in it. That's Alfredo.
I thoroughly disagree.
Let them people know that how they can follow you. I'm disgusted.
Well, you can follow me on Facebook at Anthony Owens. You can also follow me on IG at General_Pharaoh. And if you want to learn how to cook white sauce spaghetti, you can follow me at... Hey, Hey man, tell him. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, look, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Tazzobandz. That's TAZZOBANDZ on Facebook. I'm Chris Jones. Somebody said you got Prego and you got Ragu.
On my, but it's some white. Ragu. First of all, you got to say Ragu. This is the end of the show. Hey man, don't forget to leave a mark.
A big one. We'll catch y'all next time.